We're watching Wall Street as financial advisors fear our country could slip back into a recession if a budget deal in Washington is not reached. Right now, leaders in Washington are trying to come up with a plan so this does not happen, but the clock is, of course, ticking. Joined now by Alexa Ashwell. You spoke with financial advisors here at home about what this fiscal cliff means for you and me.
Yes, I did, because at this hour, leaders in Washington have failed to agree on a plan to avert the fiscal cliff. So that's why I wanted to sort through the fears of another financial recession. The fiscal cliff is a series of tax increases and spending cuts amounting to $600 billion that will go into effect at the beginning of 2013. Democrats and Republicans must come to an agreement by the end of this year.
Republicans proposed a deal in the fiscal cliff negotiations to President Obama Monday. The GOP plan includes $800 billion in new taxes by closing loopholes and deductions. $600 billion saved in part by making Americans wait till they're 67 to get Medicare. But Obama insists tax cuts on the wealthiest Americans must be allowed to expire.
That's just not going to happen.
Gridlock in Washington is creating fears of a recession where job growth could slow. Unemployment could rise again, incomes remain flat, and consumer confidence likely fall. Financial advisors say now is not a time to panic, but to be prepared.
People should probably just stick to their plan. If they're not sure, they need to go see an advisor.
Doug Kinsey, who is a partner with Artifacts Financial in Oakwood, believes the tax rate set to expire could have a short-term impact on the economy, meaning 6 months to 2 years. Kinsey advises to factor in how sensitive your assets are to short-term situations.
If their assets are appropriately positioned, they shouldn't have any concerns really at this point. If they are too heavily weighted, for example, in stocks, this might be a time to reduce our allocations a little bit to sensitive sectors of the stock market.
He also says to consider your tax bracket. Those in a higher standing may decide to sell some holdings and gains this year. And when it comes to your 401k, Kinsey says to factor in time.
If they've got 7+ years to retirement or to a goal, they probably don't need to take any action at this point. If they're just a year or two out or within a year of retirement, then maybe they should take some additional action right now.
So how did we get to this point? Well, as you most likely recall, back in 2011, the U.S. was on the verge of a major economic crisis. Leaders finally came to a deal to raise the debt ceiling, but that included these spending cuts that come into effect in 2013. Reporting live, Alexa Ashwell, 2 News.